The Apple Motion Coprocessor in your iPhone is still logging your exact driving speed right now, and the Federal Trade Commission can't stop it. Your phone doesn't show you a speedometer. That's not an oversight, that's a decision. Apple builds a chip dedicated to tracking your motion 24 hours a day, whether you open an app or not. It knows how fast you're accelerating. It knows when you brake hard. It knows your speed down to the decimal, and it never once shows that number to you. Somewhere right now, that data is leaving your pocket, and it's still running. Here's what this system is supposed to be. Apple calls it the M-Series Motion Coprocessor, a low-power chip separate from your main processor, built to track steps, elevation, and activity for fitness apps. Officially, it exists so your health app can count your stairs without draining your battery. Apple's own documentation frames it as a convenience feature, sealed behind a single permission toggle most people approve without reading. On paper, it's Fitbit-like. In practice, it is a continuous speed and motion sensor sitting inside a device you carry into your car every single day. And once that permission is granted, it doesn't ask again. This is where it gets ugly. Insurance telematics apps, State Farm's Drive Safe and Save, Progressive Snapshot, Allstate's DriveWise plug directly into that motion data. They don't need your car's onboard computer. They just need your phone's accelerometer feed, running in the background, logging every hard stop and every mile over the limit. Your phone already refuses to show you your own speed on the lock screen, but it hands that same number silently to a piece of software you approved once during setup. The audit trail exists. You've just never been allowed to read it. The score gets calculated behind a wall you can't see through, then it's sent upstream to your insurer and past your insurer to data brokers like LexisNexis Risk Solutions, who compile it into a permanent driver history file with your name on it. Regulators noticed. The FTC brought an enforcement action in 2024 over precisely this kind of location and motion harvesting, after reporting exposed automakers quietly funneling driver behavior scores to LexisNexis without clear consent. Words like unfair and deceptive practices appeared in official filings. There were consent decrees. There were promises. General Motors said it would stop. OnStar changed its enrollment language. Congress held hearings. And still, the same telemetry handshake between your phone's motion sensor and third-party driving apps was never touched, because it isn't a car company's system. It's Apple's operating system permission, and no single automotive settlement reaches that far. Now here's the part nobody reported. The regulator already knew the loophole existed before the ink dried on those settlements. The FTC's own 2024 complaint acknowledged that phone-based motion data collection, gathered through app permissions rather than vehicle telematics, sits in a separate legal category entirely, protected as user-authorized app data, not vehicle surveillance. That single classification is the mechanism that makes this unstoppable. It's not a bug in the system. It's the load-bearing wall. Because you technically clicked Allow on a permission screen in 2021 to let a gas finder app track your motion, every ping since then is legally yours. You authorized it. Nobody has to ask again. Nobody has to tell you when your driving score updates, when it's sold, or when it quietly raises your premium at renewal. The phone that won't show you your own speed will still forward it to a company you've never heard of, and there is no dashboard where you can see that trade happen. It's still running. Think about what this actually means for you tonight. Somewhere in a LexisNexis or Verisk database, there may already be a driving behavior file with your name attached, assembled from motion data you never saw, collected by a permission toggle you don't remember approving, sold to insurers who use it to set your rate before you even call for a quote. You cannot check what's in it without filing a formal request. You cannot correct it in real time. You cannot turn off the motion coprocessor without disabling half your phone's basic functions. The system was built to be invisible to the one person it's measuring. That was never an accident. So ask yourself this. If your phone can calculate your exact speed accurately enough to sell it to an insurance company, why, after 17 years of iPhones, Has Apple still never put that same number on your screen?